Hi, this is Jeffrey Kurt Financial Group. Today is Wednesday, April 24, 2024. So let's talk about Tesla. They reported their numbers last night, and the stock's up 12% this morning. But the report wasn't very good. In fact, I want to read from one of my services a summary of what was going on. Their quote: "One of the worst quarters we've seen from a manufacturer in a while. Very clear they are overproducing vehicles, trying to sell through discounting. Sales are down year over year. No new models to drive sales growth. There are so many competing vehicles." So, some of the details with the report, um, they're burning cash. So that they burned through like 5 billion of cash. I think a quick look is what I remember. Revenues are down 9% year over year. Net income down 55% year over year. Gross margins came in at 17.5%. 2 years ago, they were at over 29%. And this report was before the two price cuts that they've announced and a layoff. So clearly, things aren't going very well at Tesla. But the reaction, I think, was as a function of just being oversold and too much pessimism, regarding Tesla and the announcement. So, does the stock continue to rally? I think that there's they're challenged concerning the business model, and it's not like Nvidia is a much cheaper valuation, although that's very expensive in terms of the valuation, and like Google and Microsoft much cheaper than Tesla when you look at it purely as a valuation metric. So that means that, as I said, I think on Monday, this stock could go back to double digits. Trading from 160 here this morning, but there's a lot of risk to the downside. We've got looking forward, we've got Meta and Google. Meta's tonight, and I think the numbers are kind of baked in already from looking at the quarter. But what's going to be important is going to be the guidance going forward, and there are some pessimists out there that think the guidance could be not so rosy from Facebook. So, and then Google and Microsoft coming up too. One other thing I'll close with is a chart here of how much the language of AI, artificial intelligence, is on these conference calls, and then that gets picked up by algorithms sometimes and just drives the stock higher. Not sure if that was the case with Tesla, but the chart shows at the end of 2023, it is 10%. We're now in the last quarter, fourth quarter earnings calls were 35% of these earnings calls, focusing on the number of times AI is mentioned. So we'll see how the markets trade. I think we've had a 2-day bounce. We'll see if where we go from here. But again, with the key earnings and other earnings besides the leaders, the Magnificent Sevens and like that. So talk to you soon. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.